Hey guys, Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Chester Cheetah figure brought to us by the fine folks over at Jada Toys. And of course, this is the mascot for Cheetos. Your boy Overlord used to mess with Cheetos back in the day, not so much anymore. I did get some weird cinnamon flavored skeleton bone Halloween-y ones a couple years ago, but back in the day, with school lunches, oh yeah, I had Cheetos, alright. I love Cheetos, I still do. The best thing to do with a bag of Cheetos is to play the game of which one looks the most like a cack and balls. Because mentally, I've always been 5 to 10 years old. You guys know that by now. So, before we get too far ahead of ourselves with this total impulse of a purchase, why don't we cut right to the chase and get to the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see at all good old Chester the Cheetah has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a pair of alternate hands. This one's kind of pointing. This one's doing a hang loose, kind of, sort of. I don't know, that's what it looks like to me. Got an alt head with his tongue sticking out. I think the Flamin' Hot version has his teeth showing. Oh wait, is his tongue sticking out, or is it he's like kind of grinning? I can't tell. Maybe that's what it is. I thought that was his tongue. I think that might actually be his bottom lip, and he's showing his teeth a little bit there. In that case, maybe I will use that head. I swapped the alt closed mouth head on him for now, but that head might actually be going back on him. Said he comes with a Cheeto, which does kind of look like a cack and balls. A little bit more on this side than that side. The tip especially. That's what she said. But there you go. This almost looks like a legit Cheeto you could eat, but I assure you, it's made out of plastic. And since my fingers aren't orange like an orangutan's buttocks, it's definitely not fake. Or not real. I messed up my own joke. And then he comes with a bag of Cheetos. Of course, I don't see a logo on here. It's kind of weird because the cereal box guys had logos. And then on top of all of that, he comes with really nice packaging. Magnetic flap on the front, window box, stuff on the inside there, stuff on the back, stuff on the side. Not bad. Really nice presentation. A bit much, if I'm being honest, but you guys know how I feel about packaging by now. So why don't we take a look at good old Chester the Cheetah? Because let me tell you, I think Jada are masters of this weird, quirky stuff that, you know, certain toy collectors aren't going to buy, but people who don't buy action figures might actually mess with. So they're definitely going to generate some sales with this, just like the General Mills cereal mascots. But as far as articulation on this guy goes, he's got the double ball peg in the base of the neck, the base of the skull, I should say. So he can look up really far. He can look down this far. Tilt side to side so you can give him some attitude. Rotation is fine. His neck, let me just pop this head off. His neck will move back and forth. I actually had to rotate mine around to get that kind of range, but I think it still works. Shoulders will go up this far. Holy Kawasaki Ninjas, I didn't know it moved up that far. Way past 90, full 360. Single jointed elbow, that gets you more than 90 again. He's got a swivel in the elbow, but mind the fur on his elbow. Doesn't bump into stuff. Swivel hinge wrists. This one that's kind of doing the Masters of the Universe thumbs up holding poses for the Cheeto. And then this one is for the bag of Cheetos. I actually screwed up and I put the Cheeto in this hand, which you can do it, but you're going to stretch out the fingers a little bit, so I might need to go and heat that, pinch it closed a bit so we can hold that a little better. It's got a ball joint in the waist that moves this far back and this far forward. They got really good range down there. Tilt is good, side to side, as well as rotation. His little tail We'll rotate. It's got a hinge. It's going to move up and down. His hips will kick out to the side. Dang near perfect split. Back down, forward and back. Thigh cut. Single jointed knee, which on this side is a little tighter than the other side, but you get more than 90 out of that, if not just at 90. He does have a swivel down there. He's got a boot or shoe cut right there, and then his feet will hinge back and forward, as well as pivot side to side. I think he's got peg holes, but don't quote me on that. He's got big chunky feet, so even if the knees get a little loose, because they do get a little loose after using them a couple of times, at least that's how I've noticed mine is reacting right now. But even if the knees get a little loose on you, he will stand just fine, because he's got big feet. Big old chunky feet, which is what I like. Why don't we put that smiley head back on him, because I didn't know that's what that was. I thought it was just his tongue sticking out, but he's actually like smirking, so that's fun. His sunglasses are actually a separate glued on piece. This one I can't really show you as well, but the other one, when I was trying to pop it on, it did warp those slightly. They warp back into place, of course, but they did warp as I was pushing the head down. So be careful with that. You don't want to snap anything. But yeah, man, solid figure. I'm glad I got him. I'm a little late to the game on this figure, but it was available on Big to Bad Toy Store, so I had to pick him up. $30, a little steep. He's a little small, but you know, I've paid $50 for Disney Ultimates, and they're not that much better than this guy. If in some cases, a little bit more meh. So, yeah, this guy is solid, man. I dig him. I like it a lot. That said, we need a Kool-Aid Man and a Keebler Elf Army Builder. And if you want to go back to cereal mascots, the Applejack Cinnamon and the Apple would be kind of hilarious. So, before we wrap this up, because what do you really compare this guy to, other than your two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibolith, and the infamous 11 Spawn, who as usual towers over everyone. This guy is a little bit taller than an Origins, I would say. Maybe. I'd say maybe closer to the cartoon collection, if I had to guess. But that said, curious if good old Al Simmons ever snacked on some Cheetos before. Was Cheetos a 90s thing or a 2000s thing? I'm curious. That said, we all know Brother Mandibulus don't eat anything. He's a skeleton, and just go right through him. Be a waste. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and at this point, I think it's safe to say that the fine folks over at Jada Toys are the kings, and maybe queens, I don't know, everyone who works there, at making crazy, whack-doodle, off-the-wall, random stuff like good old Chester Cheetah here. I mean, we've already looked at the Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry figures on this channel. I never mess with the Street Fighter line, but I am very much looking forward to their Scooby-Doo line and Fruity Pebbles figures, basically just the Flintstones with bowls of cereal. And I'm also curious what else they have coming in the near to distant future, because they are still a new-ish company that's acquiring licenses that, quite frankly, I thoroughly enjoy. Not so much on the video game end of things, but as far as these mascots and the Scooby-Doo / potential Hanna-Barbera thing goes, I'm all here for it. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.